we're recording. The offer has been still sent. We might have a guest jump in to talk about anime for a bit, maybe. Maybe.
I searched Otter on Mal, and there's not much coming up, so I don't know.
So. I mean, you can talk about Sarah's Zanmai, and I'm actually just curious, what other people's types of anime are, because, we might just end up talking about horror anime.
True.
I don't think they're coming. Hey, let's just get started for now, and if they jump in, they'll jump in. It'll all be good.
Yeah. Anyway,
so another week of anime. It's a new season. We're off to a great start.
True. Great way to start season 10 of Shenanimegans.
Yeah. Do you just want to roll? Oh, there we go.
So yeah. Season 10 with me, lastly, and you, Sasam.
Or robots, or whatever.
Or robots, yeah. Any number of names. But yeah, I guess we should probably just get straight into news. There was a lot of news this week, and I threw some of it in the doc this week.
Yes, I did see it there. Where the heck did my doc go? Oh, there it is.
Oh no, you lost the doc.
I clicked the wrong tab and hid Twitch first.
Whoops.
Clicked on Gmail instead of Google Docs. There we go.
Nice.
So first up, we got cool new stuff announced.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger goes furry. What? Where is Techie? Join us. This is exactly what you'd want to talk about. God, the tagline is brand new animal.
Yeah. Looks interesting, I guess, from the art.
Yeah. It's being directed by Yo Yoshinari, who directed Little Witch Academia. And screenplays are Kazuki Nakashima, who did Kill la Kill, so it's going to be wild. This is their first time working together, the two of them. Further details later, going to be coming in 2020, so only about a year. And I still haven't seen Promare, which I really need to. But yeah, we actually had a bunch of news stuff, although we didn't grab everything because Anime Expo was last weekend. So is RTX. And I think there's like another thing going on too.
Probably. There's always something.
Always something. God, now I have that Cage the Elephant song stuck in my head.
Oh.
There's one with a line like, there's always something, and he sounds drunk and I can't sing, so I'm not even gonna try. I got a little close to trying there. I was like, that's a mistake. Let's not do that. Anyways, back to Trigger. Yeah. This is BNA instead of DNA. Get it? BNA? DNA? What does the B stand for? Who knows? Key video. Oh, the key visual. The girl with animal ears and a tail is the anime's protagonist. So this like squirrel girl named Michiru. The wolf-headed man behind is unknown.
Yep.
The line drawings of the characters were done by Yoshinari. Well, the background and art and coloring was done by a Canadian artist, which is pretty cool. Literally, just sorry, what's her name? Janice Chan. How that happens, not sure, but that's insane.
Yeah, that is weird.
Anime is going global, but looking at, because I just jumped to their website, I can see for the style of background they went for, I can sort of see why you'd go for your... Because it's a very not anime style of background, right? I mean, it is, but it's also not, right? It's like these painted backgrounds. And I can definitely see that style in some of these works here. I'm very curious about how they met though. Like how do you get in that like that where you
Yeah.
start talking, was the demo reel sent, just someone had it around? I want to know that story. I want to know how Janice started working on that, because that probably is a cool story.
Yeah.
Or it might be super dull, like I was working a booth at the expo, and some dude came up to me and was like, "Oh, I like this," like something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Any number of ways, but yeah, no, this looks cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Any particular animal people you want to see?
I don't know.
The furries
Yeah.
are rising. What is your fursona? What fursona do you want to see in this?
Wait, I don't have one?
I always see a bunny girl up here in the corner. We got a dog.
Oh, yeah.
We got like a cheetah or a puma or something. Oh no, it's a
Mhm.
cheetah for sure. It's Adidas, but it's a cheetah's. God, that's
Nice.
awful. I love it. And then there's a cat, cute cat,
Mhm.
and they even have a little "coming soon" in the background billboard, because this is a
Mhm.
promo for something coming soon.
Nice.
Cheeky. I like it. I love this. I actually love this visual. Like, if you took all the text off, I would probably buy this as a poster. It's cool as fuck.
It is.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Our next story. Some news from Katsuhiro Otomo, who's the author of Akira. He's announced a new project called Orbital Era, which has a short trailer for something about space and also a skateboard. Then,
Ew, that's actually really nice looking 3D.
mm,
Like, the models and the lighting effect, that's... Like,
and
ew.
I don't think there's much information about that yet.
The skateboard's not as nice, but the other stuff looks really cool. Yeah. And then the other thing is new Akira anime, right?
Yeah,
A
new
TV
Akira
show.
anime.
I believe.
I believe so. I don't think they specified what it will be. They said
And
that there's new Akira something.
There's a 4K remaster of the movie coming out, apparently,
Well, yeah, the remaster.
in 2020. I think they mentioned something about a new show, though.
I think when Crunchyroll initially announced it, they said it was going to be a show, but then they
No, it's just
went
the
back on that
Blu-ray.
and said it's just the format is unannounced. So
Well, here they're not saying anything about the Akira stuff except for the Blu-ray remaster.
well, there's the one sentence that says
It was
details of the new
realized-
anime project will
Oh.
be announced when ready.
That's all it is. Okay.
Yeah,
If it's a
that's
TV
all
show,
So,
I
yeah.
would hope it's a TV show.
Boy.
Because the movie is adapting like a ton of manga into one short movie.
Mhm.
A TV show might give it the full length to really drag it all out.
Mhm.
I really want them, if they do it though,
Mhm.
go all out on animation. Maybe even bring back like old school style of animation or something, like in a
Yeah.
90s, 80s hand drawn style, if possible.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you need the budget for it, but like, I don't know. I don't want to see a 3D Akira, as much as I hate to say it, because I like 3D stuff.
Mhm.
I just feel like with how iconic Akira it would never work. No one would watch it.
I don't know.
I think I'm just worried because of stuff like Berserk.
True.
If it's just like another Berserk,
Valid concern.
oh
Yeah.
no. Hopefully not. And then yeah, we got some Kase-san news.
Yeah, the OVA got licensed by Sentai.
As much as
So,
I don't like this OVA, I will still buy it.
yeah, oh yeah. There's no real information about it yet, just that they have licensed it.
Yeah, because I want to throw
acquired exclusive rights.
I want to throw money at them, so they might do a sequel or do a full anime.
Yeah. And then the last announcement that I had
You
in this thing.
the way you tag this, Sasam's booby manga license.
Yeah.
I did
like I
see this. I
remember what
did
it's
like
called.
it.
Yeah.
Is this all the new licenses? Yeah. Okay, we actually got a
Yeah.
ton of stuff here, and
Yeah.
I can talk a bit about some stuff I know about. Well, Killing Slimes is apparently just like some comedy thing.
Mhm.
Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is I don't know about that one. That seems a
Mm.
bit weird. Ghost stuff. Ghost romance with a ghost boy who cleans a bathroom or something. Grants wishes.
Mm.
Uh, Raw Hero is by the creator of Prison School. I saw
Yeah.
the first episode, or read the first chapter of the manga without knowing what it was, and Jesus Christ, boy, that was a ride. If you like super perverted stuff, there you go. We got some Persona 5 stuff. I think one's a light novel, and one's the comic a la
Maybe.
carte. I think is it's a comic anthology. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't actually say if it's a manga or a light novel, the first one. Memento's Mission. I think it's a light novel, I could be wrong. And then, yeah, Persona 5 a la carte is the other. There's a comedy, an autobiographical, comic essay of an otaku manga artist learning about pregnancy because they're giving childbirth. That's cool. People learn. Maybe weebs will finally learn what it's like for, people to give birth and not be like, ah. Maybe I'll change some views on that. I do like that there's more autobiographical essay stuff still coming out, and the more companies are picking them up. Yeah, there's more stuff further down that came out.
Yeah, both of the Persona 5s are manga. These first 11 are all manga, and then the next 5 are all light novels.
Okay, that makes
Although
sense.
I think there was a Persona 5 light novel licensed just by someone else. I remember seeing that. So yeah.
I think... Yeah, I don't think there's too much stuff super interesting here, but yeah, there's the booby breasts are my favorite thing in the world. It's a Yuri comedy. I read it, it's trash, but I read it anyways. And then, yeah, we got light novels now, which the biggest one, of course, everyone cares about is Bunny Girl Senpai. Yen Press really lucked out getting that. I am a behemoth, an S-rank monster who was mistaken for a cat. I live in it as an elf girl's pet. Sounds like it might be kind of funny, but it's also a knight reincarnated, and it's a guy who's trying to grow up to be a big cat thing that might... I don't want there to be romance stuff. I don't... And it's going to be the cat because it's like a reincarnated guy, like being a pervert.
Yeah.
I don't know. An elf girl with a monster cat sounds great if you make the elf girl the protagonist and never show the cat's thoughts. Wait a second, that's just Captain Marvel. Wait a second. Anyways, interspecies reviewer is Ecstasy Days. This seems kind of weird and creepy. It's reviewing...
Yep. Yep. It's real bad. It sounds not great.
I feel like this is going to, like... There's not enough stories kind of that deal seriously with like sex work, and the fact that this is a monster girl sort of comedy, fetishizing it really hard is kind of uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't know enough about this topic and its issues to really say whether this might be problematic or not, but my gut feeling says this is kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I would not. Also, just based on the cover image of it, I wouldn't trust that to be like a good...
Yeah, and it's a light novel too, so it's like, it's just reading smut. Just read fan fiction, Jesus. Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena. It's a witch named Elena on a journey.
Oh, wow, what a surprise.
I might actually read that one, that sounds decent. Just a slice of life world journey with a witch.
I like the title of the next one because it's just like word soup.
Yeah, well, the penetrated battlefield should disappear there. Bullet witchcraft and ghost program. It's like, the first thing I saw was the penetrated. I'm like,
they're going.
All right, where are we going with this? So this is about East and West having a ferocious war, from tanks to witchcraft. It's literally battle soup of all kinds of battle. One young soldier from the east uses a bullet he's never seen before and kills an enemy's officer with it. After this, nothing will be the same for the boy. Fate leads him to find the bullet's maker, some girl that the one saying stuck by the daemon's bullet he fired will disappear from the world as if they had never existed. So, oh, it completely changes history. It deletes them from existence. That's kind of interesting as a concept. The way this
Yeah.
is worded is really terrible. And this same concept exists in the Wheel of Time, so just read that. No, no offense. Actually, the Wheel of Time has
Oh,
lots of
no.
problematic stuff too, and it's like 10 million pages. Maybe don't read Wheel of Time. Wait for the Amazon TV show adaptation to come out, then watch that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't delete them entirely. It just deletes, depending on how strong it is, farther back a bit. So you can delete like them from a minute back, they just stop existing, or you can delete them like a week back, they've stopped existing, kind of. But yeah, I don't. It seems kind of like a mess. I'm really interested where it would go, but it seems like a lot of justifying like murder and like execution and stuff. Like, would you go back and kill Hitler?
Yeah.
Would you kill Hitler's mom? Like,
Yeah.
it could be really interesting, but
It
there's
could.
also the chance it's just going to be a train wreck disaster.
Yeah. There's probably just going to be like a power fantasy. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's like
Not
about
actually.
a boy at war doing it. And it's like,
Mhm.
where did he get this bullet he's never seen before that he's now killing people with? And he has to track down the bullet's maker, a young girl. It's like, if she's worried about, like, and warning them about the bullets, why is she still making them? Well, like, there's questions here that don't make sense to me from this synopsis. I'm like, morally, I have so many questions. And just in concept too. But I mean, that's probably explained in the book, and it's meant to make you have those questions, but I don't like having those questions before I start, so I'm just gonna...
Yeah.
And then Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, which people love and really want, so this is probably going to sell really well, and congratulations to everyone who likes this series and got it, because I know people have wanted it for a while, so, I mean, even if I don't read this myself, this is still a feel-good grab that people can finally get this. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyways.
I have nothing else to say about it. Like, good job.
Yeah. Same.
Alright.
Yeah.
Was that the last
There
thing?
there was a ton of other licenses, but none of them were really interesting to me, so I
I
didn't.
thought the Seven
put them
Seas
down.
ones... Seven Seas
Oh,
had
were
some,
they?
right?
I mean, they licensed stuff. I don't remember what any of it is. Oh no.
I always forget their website is like Go Manga. Which they now have all their imprints. Light novels are now on a new imprint. No, they don't have their website updated yet. Apparently. Oh, right. That's the other thing. Faku has a new imprint for specifically LGBT porn.
Oh, great.
Which means
Oh,
maybe
here
some
I
will
have,
be decent, but most of it's probably going to be super fetishy.
Here I have a Twitter thread of all their licensing things. I've sent it to you into the
Okay,
Discord.
cool. Because, yeah, their website's not updated yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, where is
So they're all at
this?
the expo.
Didn't the expo end yesterday?
Probably. I don't know.
I hit Topin. It's taking a second.
This has no details about what any of these are. It's just the titles and covers.
Okay.
So you can guess what some of them are, though.
King of Fighters. That's a fighting
Are
game.
you kidding?
Yeah.
That sure is.
Yeah, we got some Conditions of Paradise. It's some Yuri.
Yep.
I think this
I'll
is the one
probably
where
read
this might be the one where they're competing to like make it the bigger harem or something. The art style seems familiar to me. Let me pull up a Mal page over to side while I go through. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes. That seems like a power fantasy where someone's super edgy and they're sick of other people. They're sick of the like hero power fantasy. In Isekai, so like, I want to be edgy. I want to be the edgy power fantasy. Primitive Boyfriend, I am uncomfortable with this. The art's really pretty though. Damn.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah,
want to see this
that's-
weird ape-man fuck a high school girl. At night I'd become a monster. Looks cool. That art's also cool. Okay, what is this called again? Conditions of Paradise.
Apparently the author of it also did character design for Yurikuma Arashi.
I can't...
So.
Oh, that's probably where I see it from. It's Conditions of Paradise doesn't come up on Mal because it hasn't had an English
it's not in
translation
English.
until now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna search up the artist's name or the author's names. People Yorosumino. And then I'll go back and double check. Because this one seems cool. Oh, one of their things has an anime. Kashigoto's Secrets is not that, I don't think.
This person's worked on a lot of stuff.
Oh, they worked on I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. They were the author of that, and people really like that. And I had the weird name, so it's gonna be some hard-hitting, like gut-destroying angst. But yeah, it's not actually on Mal. There's so
Yeah. Anyway.
Morishima. Yeah, they've worked on a ton of stuff. Ooh. Oh, I've read some of their other stuff, I think. Probably. That's why the art's so familiar. Trying to find this one, though. And there's so much to go through, I think I give up.
Yeah, that's I give up.
They've been doing a lot of Yuri stuff, though, so I give some hope.
Yeah.
Some hope.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyways, we have My Androgynous Boyfriend. I've actually read 1 or 2 chapters of this. It's alright.
Yeah?
It's decent.
Okay.
It's just a wife who really, really adores their androgynous boyfriend. That's about it. From what I had read, that was all it was. And that's, that's heartwarming, and it, normalizes androgyny more, and, men being a bit more, feminine at times, so.
Yeah. The one concern I had when I saw this was, like, it was going to be weird and, like, fetishizing androgynous people in a weird way. But it sounds like it maybe hopefully is not that.
From the chapters I vaguely sort of remember, because it was a while ago, I think it was a lot of, like, people misunderstanding, like just people jumping to conclusions, like, it's like 2 girls together, or it's this, and she's just like, no, it's my boyfriend, I love my boyfriend. My boyfriend's so hot. And it's like, boyfriend dresses feminine, so hot. Boyfriend dresses more masculine, so hot. Like, it's clearly just someone who loves their boyfriend.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sweet. And lots of it gets more fashy and weird further on. And again, I haven't read it in forever, so I might just be remembering the good parts. Then there's Gigant. I think this is some sort of wrestling thing? There's something about this.
Gigant is a manga series created by dance creator Hiroya Oku involving an unknown entity giving a porn star the ability to grow giant.
Okay, there was fighting stuff. I remembered there was something fighting relevant. But yeah, okay, that sounds like a thing Gant's creator. Metamorphosis no Engawa?
Sure. I feel like I've seen this cover art before.
I do too.
Looks like an otaku and his grandmother.
Yes.
Probably some heartwarming story like that.
It's a slice of life. So the synopsis is not the best. It's the pattern of love between young men is what the 75-year-old lady encounters. That's the first line. I think that's translated poorly. After discovering the coffee shop that she shared precious memories with her late husband has closed down, she drops by the local bookshop, finding that the cookbook corner has been relocated. As she passes by, feeling lonely, a certain manga volume catches her eye. No, it's a 75-year-old lady getting into BL.
Oh, nice.
And the high school girl who works at the bookstore. It's a high school BL girl with a random... I mean, that's kind of heartwarming, the, bonding over something over generations, but the fact that it's over kind of fetishized gay porn, it's like, my husband's dead. I want to read about boys fucking.
That's real silly.
Yeah. And then, this was the important one, this is why I remembered it, the Bloom Into You spin-off.
Oh, right, the white novel.
The Psyche Sayaka spin-off, which I will be buying.
Yeah.
And then Citrus Plus, which is the following Citrus thing, which I don't know if didn't Citrus have a happy ending? What do they do after? Do they make it another angst machine afterwards, like the original was? Is it
Probably.
them dealing with trying to find a country where, incest is legal, or being like, nope, mom, you can't adopt legally anymore. You've got to stop. God, I don't know how you continue
Yeah.
that. I thought they got married at the end or something.
Oh God.
Anyways, I don't know. There's some cool stuff in here though. We got a bunch of Yuri stuff. We got
Hmm.
some stuff with cool art, some stuff with cool art that is really uncomfortable and creepy. Some edge, some cool androgynous boys. I can't speak
Hmm.
today, but yeah, okay, that was all of that. Um, I got
So yeah.
I got no more news. So get into what we watched and read this last little bit.
Yeah. The new season started. So
Yeah,
there's been so much stuff to watch.
yeah, a bunch of shows
Yeah.
that
I know there's one that we both watched. It's Fire Force.
the only show I did watch.
Nice. What did you think of it?
I really liked a lot of the adaptation, but there's a few parts that made me go.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest issue is when he first saves the sister from the falling thing. They do this really complicated shot with like 3D moving camera angles, and it just felt really forced and like too
Mm.
long and drawn out, and just really awkward. And
Yeah.
it's what it felt like they were trying to. I mean, I guess it's David production, but they don't usually do stuff like that in JoJo's. Even like it just felt out of place in the world, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
it reminded me a lot of the My Hero Academia scene, the huge one where they say Bakugo and he just like T-pose rockets across them. It's like, it looks amazing. I'm like, this looks like shit. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is garbage animation. And like, that's the thing. Like, it was decently animated. It was actually really well animated. The problem is it didn't really feel like it fit in context, or
Mm-hmm.
it felt like it's just showing off the animation. I think it would have been more powerful to like show it crash really fast after he notices, and like I know this is more cliched, but them go like sister and turn, and he's like already saved her, because I think that would highlight and showcase his speed more when you're trying to show off how fast he can move.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a weird rotating 3D camera around him while he like goes by while no one else moves just looks silly. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes showing less is saying more, and that was the case of it. That said, so much of the rest is fantastic. The opening's really well animated, though it seems like it's going to be either irrelevant for plot, or it means they're going to go with an anime original plot point, which I really hope they don't. I actually really liked the voice acting too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of fun. And the animation's lots of fun. I
Yeah.
think it's a very faithful adaptation so far, which is nice. It is David Productions after all, so I would expect nothing
Yeah.
less. But the only other real issue is sometimes the fire in the background. They used Golden Kamuy flames. They used the fire asset from Golden Kamuy. Yeah, if you pay attention to the background scenes when they're in the burning house, sometimes you'll just see those like 3D flames.
Mm.
It's always when like there's a bigger focus to draw you away, but
Yeah.
I tend to be like, I have problems with eyesight, so when I'm staying
Mm.
far away looking at my TV trying to read the subtitles, everything's kind of blurry, so I see all of it. I can't just like it doesn't really work for me. I like have to really focus at the screen, so I end up catching stuff that like, oh, that background corner there, it has some really awkward flames. But whenever the flames are like the center and it's like important, they're animated super well and beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I had a lot of fun. What did you think about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I mostly liked it. It's like such a cool setting and world,
Mhm.
and just it's real weird. I like it a lot. And the I don't know, kind of my biggest issue with it so far is that having only seen this one episode and never read any of the manga, I'm a little concerned about the just like kind of general treatment of the girls in the show, because like one of the early scenes is
The
like here's
shower.
the two girls showering together
Yeah.
and talking about this cute guy, and then after that when they go to meet him, Like one of the first things is Maki bending over and showing off her cleavage, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, come on.
Have you seen Soul Eater?
No, I've not.
Soul Eater has a decent amount of that too. It's the same creator.
Oh.
He likes boobs. Soul Eater, spoilers. Soul Eater, the manga literally ends,
Mhm.
with one person sacrificing themselves to seal away a demon in the moon, and they just become a floating thing in the moon. And the moon,
Mhm.
they kind of mention like after that point, everyone kind of liked boobs a bit more because the person who did it apparently like somehow it's like some weird joke they threw in, but there's kind of that.
Mm.
Uh, that said, there's like an entire chapter in the manga that's all the men having to pose for a nude firefighter calendar. So like
Mm.
the men do get some back as well.
Okay.
It's,
Well.
it's not entirely just the girls, so there will be lots of fan service with the girls probably.
Yeah.
That was a bit more than I expected, honestly, for those two characters so soon. But
Yeah.
I I really like those two girls' interactions. I ship them in the manga. And I like
Mhm.
the whole thing, like she starts asking the sister who's like supposed to be like part of the church and like probably not be fucking boys. She's
Mhm.
like asking her like all these things, and she's just like, "You're usually so cool, but then you're like super really into romance." It's like this weird mix. And
Mhm.
she seems to get annoyed whenever she talks about boys. I'm like, that's because she's jealous. That's because it's gay.
Yeah.
That's my headcanon. And she starts like hitting the other girl, and it's like just like, oh, this
Mhm.
is love or whatever. And it's like I
Yeah.
ship him. I like him.
Yeah.
The main character's backstory, I think his name is Sho, right? Shinra.
Sure. Whatever.
Sho was the brother they mentioned. Okay. Or
Mm.
was it? Actually, Sho might be someone completely different. I don't remember names. It's been a while since I read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shinra, his backstory is pretty fucking tragic.
Mm.
Family burned to death. He got blamed. He says that there's something else there. There's a demon or a monster, which, we see the spontaneous combustion, so maybe there was something else there. But everyone
Mhm.
blames him because he gained his powers at the same time.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck!
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I actually really liked when he has the anxiety attack and they do the scene and the animation style and art style change drastically. I actually think that looked really cool
Mhm.
and was a pretty good
Yeah.
representation of it. I think Bloomin' to Use was slightly better, but I really like this one. Stylistically, this one was really cool.
Mhm.
And then the last thing, the ending. What did you think about the ending? The ending song
The, like,
video. Yeah.
Oh, that was a weird. The video with it is bizarre. It's just a bunch of nuns and
And
uh,
then the nuns go. Yeah. So I can spoil something here about the ending
okay.
if you want.
Yeah.
So because I don't think they're gonna touch on it because of the way they've done the ending.
Mhm.
You see all the nuns. You see her with the other nuns. It's all nuns, and then you see them all like. It starts getting warped and demonic,
Mhm.
and they're like screaming at her, kind of, and on fire. And then Iris wakes up in the thing with the other people, right?
Mhm.
That's her backstory.
Oh, okay.
The orphanage she was at. I guess they'll probably mention it, but it's not really
Yeah.
a big spoiler because the ending literally shows it already.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's her literally dreaming of her backstory. That's how we get introduced to her backstory in the ending, and so many people probably don't realize that. You gotta put two and two together. Oh, it's a monastery. Oh, it's young Iris. Oh, everyone's on fire. Oh, she's waking up again. I mean, it tells you a bit, right?
Mhm.
So it's not really a spoiler. I'm
Something.
just pointing something out that's shown.
Mm.
I'm not technically spoiling anything that hasn't been shown.
Okay.
Alright. So you don't hate me.
No.
The viewers don't. I don't want people to get angry and be like, you spoiled it. It's like,
Mm.
you can put two and two together.
Yeah. So yeah, did you check out anything else this week? New or old stuff?
No, I needed to, but I didn't. I read a bit more of the After the Fall book. I like it, but I don't like it.
Oh no.
I feel like the author would have been better writing original content and not trying to make something for an IP. Because they have some really cool ideas, but it feels like they're not really sure how to write a bunch of the characters. And they're not
that's
very good at
unfortunate.
it's like they're not very good at keeping them consistent. They're really
Dang,
good at Fox,
that's-
though.
Yeah.
Fox's character in After the Fall is fantastic, and his characterization is really consistent. And that's probably why you read this book, is to get Fox and Fox backstory, because he's the least... He's the Team Coffee member with the least backstory, so this, really helps him out on that front. And we do get more info about the other members, semblances and stuff, so that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I think I might have read some manga?
Cool.
Might have, that's wrong. Wrong thing to hit. I didn't mark it if I did. Whoops, oh well.
Oops.
I vaguely remember reading something, but
Mm.
alas, I'm reading too many things. Oh yeah, I rewatched the first 2 episodes of Gun Gale with a friend. There we go. I watched
Nice.
something else. Yeah. I introduced Gun Gale to a friend. Gun Gale was good, so I think they've been enjoying it. They sent me some messages, some DMs earlier today, like, oh, like, I love this character so much. I'm like, yes, I got someone into it, thank God.
Nice.
So what about you? What have you been reading or watching this fine week?
I have been watching some stuff, because I checked out a couple of other new shows. So the first one was To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, which is like kind of historical fantasy thing, where there's like this fake nation is having a civil war, and one of the sides makes animal people to fight for them. It's people who transform into gigantic monster animals, and it's kind of, the show mostly takes place post-war, and it's interesting. I don't think it's gonna be good. The second episode came out today, and it's not.
I've heard people really liked the manga, because I've actually seen the manga around for a bit. There's like 7+ volumes, so yeah, I had it on my plan to read. People talked about it so much for a while, but then I never got around to it because people stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 2016 when it first started coming out, people were super into it, but there's like 7 volumes out now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I don't know, it's like, the thing is, I was kind of expecting it would be like, oh, after the war, all these people need to try and fit into this society that doesn't really want them around, and like, it is kind of that, but also it's just the dude who was the leader of them has to go around killing them because they're all slowly transforming into beasts permanently, and will just go on rampages. So it's just like, actually just being, it's using the setting just to be really edgy, and so I might watch one more episode of that, and probably not going to keep up with it. The next thing was Are You Lost, which is the synopsis I saw is like basically 4 high school girls get stranded on an island and have to survive, which that sounds silly and fun, and then it ended up being super fan servicey, and
Yep, 13-minute episodes at least. Only 13.
Yeah. I watched half of the first episode and then dropped it.
Is it at least sort of gay?
Not from what I saw.
No, because I'm just looking at this PV2 and it's like the 2 girls faces against each other on the...
No, I don't know. Maybe it does get later, but I don't know. It was not very interesting, I didn't think. Like, the jokes in it were not particularly funny, and I don't know. It just feels kind of dull.
Oh, I don't even see that scene they used as a thumbnail anywhere in this promotional video. That's clickbait. That's some real bait clickbait right there.
Great. And then...
Oh no, there it is. Yeah, no, there's 2 girls kissing. There we go. Maybe I'll watch it. It doesn't have any tags, so it's probably not worth it.
Probably not. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna watch any more of that. It didn't seem good at all. The next thing I watched was Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season.
So what?
Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. You can get the Japanese name of that if you need it. But
There we go. I thought you
trying
said old maids in your like 7 seasons. I'm like, what?
yeah. No, not quite. Yeah, it's interesting. It's about 5 girls in a high school literature club that are grappling with the idea of sex and like what it means to them.
Oh, right.
It
I heard about this a bit.
it's really cool so far
Hmm.
because it's like not fan servicey at all, which is good.
Didn't the manga get like licensed or something? I remember us talking about this briefly
I think it.
before.
I feel like we have mentioned this at some point, so it probably was for licensing, but I have no idea. I
Well,
don't
it's
remember
available
exactly.
on the manga store apparently. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
digitally you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kodansha licensed it. Yeah, the first row. Oh, it's also Mario Okada series, and I know
Mhm.
Mario Okada
Oh,
from
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, from Inside Mari, I think.
Right.
Second thing.
Yeah. Which I have not read, but
I hear it's real good though.
that is not the right Mario Okada, is it?
I don't
It
know.
is.
Is it?
She's done a ton of stuff in anime, like a whole ton.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, it has done the story for Kisniver, for Actel, a lot of adaptations. Maybe this isn't the right Mario Okada. I don't see this anywhere here. I don't think this is the right Mario Okada. It might be though. I don't.
Hmm. No. Inside Mari was someone else. I was thinking of something else then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Inside Mari
is
is.
Mario Okada who did a bunch of
Mm.
anime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know the name from Kisniver. She did the Kisniver script,
Yeah.
I believe. So, likes the emotions. Also, I can tell immediately from the animation style in this poster, the art style.
Mm.
This is by the people who did what was that one that was like kind of hinted at being gay, but then it's like a weird slapstick comedy slice of life thing. Asobi Asobase or whatever.
Oh.
The weird one with the
Yeah.
pup ending. Yeah, it's Studio Lay Deuce. That has to
Hmm.
be them, right? That animation style looks just like it. It's not.
Hmm.
Oh, it's at least the Spice Studio.
Oh, great.
I swear that animation style looks so much. Maybe it's the character designer. Who did your character design? Emoto now.
Interesting. But yeah, that show seems pretty good. I'm into it.
Alright, I might check
Oh.
out. Though I might check out the manga
Yeah.
first. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like
So
manga.
yeah, and then there was one other thing I watched,
Mhm.
which was Finland Saga.
Right. I forgot that was starting.
Yeah, it came out. The first 3 episodes are out as of yesterday.
Wait, 3? Ooh.
Yeah, they put 3 out
Binge
at
a bit.
once.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Of course, now it's going on break for 3 weeks.
No.
So. Yeah.
I
it's-
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It looks really nice. It's very well made, and the story seems very cool. It just made me realize how little like Viking stuff there is in media, just generally,
Yeah.
or at least in stuff I've seen.
Especially
But yeah, I'm liking
in
it so
anime.
far. Yeah.
Especially in anime. Usually in anime and stuff, it's like maybe like one character is like a weird Viking who sailed over, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Totally.
like parody at most. But yeah.
Yeah. There's just one thing I do really like about this is that they Vikings have a lot of baggage in terms of the awful garbage
Mhm.
that they did. And so one thing they do is like, here is the village where the hero is from, and the people there, they're like not cool with slavery, and they're like the nice Vikings, but
Mhm.
they're still acknowledging that there are Vikings who do garbage and are garbage people. And so it's
Yeah.
kind of nice that they're like, yeah, they did the bad things, but we're pushing back on that, and we're not going to make it We're not gonna like try and hide that stuff, and we're not going to have main characters do that, but be okay anyway, you know. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Then apparently, according to the manga fans, it's ruined and the show is terrible though because they're not adapting it 1-to-1 because the manga is like out of order chronologically, and for the show they've put it in order, so it's in like a timeline now.
I mean,
Interesting.
just watch Out of Order once it's finished being airing. Then, like,
Yeah.
come on.
Anime fans mad about a thing. Weird.
I actually didn't really get into it when I tried reading the manga because it was out of order. So maybe this would be better in order. It's like Haruhi. Watching it out of order in the original order is god awful.
But yeah, that's all the new stuff that I watched this week. I watched a little bit of old stuff too. I watched some more Evangelion. I have not much to say. It was a lot of awful fan service in a couple of episodes I saw. It's bad.
There's a lot of filler kind of near the middle to end, I think.
Yeah, I'm in that middle part with all the filler, and it's bad. But yeah, then I also watched a couple episodes of Utena, Revolutionary Utena, which I'm gonna get around to finishing eventually.
Still slogging your way through.
It's so long. Oh my god.
39 episodes. We don't have anime that long anymore.
Oh,
When is the last time you've seen an anime go past 2 seasons without it being a shonen?
I don't know.
Or
It's been a while.
or even go past 1 season, like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Saga.
Like it isn't just the 39 episodes though, because it's like
It's a slow
like,
pace.
It's paced.
Yeah,
It's paced so slowly, and like there are so many episodes where just like nothing happens, and it's all super formulaic and very samey, and like the individually episodes are okay, but then you get these okay episodes like 6 times in a row, and like nothing happens with the main plot, and it's just a bummer. This show needed to be half as long, and I would like it so much more.
What episode are you on now?
29 or 30, something like that.
Only 10 more. Only 10 more.
Only.
You're in the last stretch, which is probably the best, where it gets really good. Anyways, yeah. Anything else? Anything else?
Nope. That was all. That's all for this week.
Well then.
Shall we do book club then?
Yeah, we can.
Unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
Call out our not guest for not taking the chance to come talk about otters in anime. You had Sarah Zanma you were gonna pitch. Then we could talk about some horror stuff, some weird sci-fi stuff, anything. No. We tried to get a guest literally last second. Literally, we delayed for like a minute just trying to get them at random. Didn't work out. Unfortunate.
Oh, well, someday maybe.
We'll have a guest. One day. It's the 10th season. This is like our landmark. It's season 10.
Yeah.
Give us a guest. We'll find someone. I'll rope someone into it sometime in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Do you want to start with Kyoso Giga?
Sure.
Episode 0.
Speaking of out of order, did we get Galrai Zeroed?
I don't know.
I think we might have gone.
Weird.
I think we might have gone. Galrai Zeroed. I think this showed the entire plot, and now we're gonna go back and get the details about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like this really felt like a pilot episode that they made to like show around to people like, hey, give us money so we can make the rest of this. But here's what this show is gonna be like, just as like a sampler.
But then it goes like, all right, next episode, next time at the end, like, it's clearly continuing. It's interesting. I really think this might be like the end of the show, kind of, and then we're gonna jump back and get all, because we have so many questions, right? We kind of know some stuff. It just dumps so much information on us. Yeah. But like, we don't know what's up with the 2 brothers, right? We don't know what family she's talking about or where she can get back. We kind of know the other 3 are apparently siblings to the white-haired rabbit person. but we don't know anything about what the fuck's going on or the plot. So I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be unraveling that. Who's the mask person who like cuts the thing open to save her or whatever the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's like we have this long list of like things we know, and yet there is still so much that we don't know at all.
I have one theory.
Oh.
So the dude who's looking after them wherever, you know, they're messing around,
Yeah.
and then the others start like going like, "Ooh, it's your birthday, we're gonna do the thing, your name is Kodo,"
Mm-hmm.
which is the same as the white-haired girl, right? So it's
I
like,
think so. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, you're actually our mom. This is like you reborn or something. You're gonna bring her back. We're gonna like force you to. And she keeps going, I'm not your mom. I'm not your mom. I'm not your mom. And then during the
Mhm.
fight where she gets swallowed, the demon lady's asking the priest dude like, who do you miss more, mom or dad?
Yeah.
And then the robot explodes. She comes back out, but with the rabbit girl, meaning they aren't the same person because they're beside, though it did bring her back. And she calls Rabbit Kodo calls regular Kodo my king, and I think it's actually the father reborn. That's
Okay.
my theory.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any interesting theories about it so far because it's just
Yeah, it was like
I don't know,
action.
it was so much.
Right from the
Yeah.
get go, but the animation was so good. It's so fun. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
playful.
God, I hope the entire show is like that and we don't get like Nobunaga again.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh,
But yeah.
I like the designs. They're all goofy,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
It's like you have where they're like asking about the temple, and it's like all these different types of people in different walks of life, than just like a yellow orb cube sphere
Yeah.
thing.
It was
Cylinder.
weird.
Just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, people these days might not remember. Like, alright.
Yeah, that was so good.
But
I
there's,
really like that scene.
yeah, there's always so much going on in the backgrounds too, which is really cool. Like,
Hmm.
there's so much detail to this show.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah.
Seems cool so far.
Yeah, this might be one of those kind of like why you read blame, or blam, but
Mm. Oh yeah.
for watching.
Hmm.
Oh, speaking of Blam, I found in the bookstore,
Mhm.
they did a manga adaptation of the Blam movie storyline. So it's kind of
Oh.
like the standalone alternate manga, but it's not drawn by
Mhm.
Tsutomu Nihei. It's drawn by another guy trying to copy his style, and it's really weird.
Oh.
He kind of gets like the backgrounds and stuff down, but then the characters, it's like he tries to do that weird, goofy, not human style. It just doesn't work. I'm like, ooh,
Mm. That's real weird.
yeah,
Manga based on a movie based on a manga is hilarious.
I know.
It's like
right?
Street Fighter the movie, the game.
Just keeps going.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyway, I don't have much more on Kyoso Giga this week. It was that was a weird one to start with.
Yeah, it
What could-
might not get better, but it
Yeah.
also probably will because it's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I was curious that there's the other thing I caught where she's like, oh, so this is hell. And it's like, oh, you didn't notice? There's demons and a Buddha and humans. And it's like, oh,
Mm. Oh.
I'm curious if this is actually like purgatory and if it's like some weird mix between like Buddhism and Christianity, where it's like there's heaven and hell, but not actually
Mhm.
heaven. It's just Buddha, so reincarnation. It's reincarnation or hell, which
Mhm.
you don't actually see that take a lot on religious stuff, right? It's always heaven or hell,
Yeah.
or just straight Buddhism. You're reincarnated, not
Hmm.
Buddhism or hell, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also really liked all the kids' like personalities. I felt they did a really good job of showing it. Like there's the one kid who was just like quiet all
Mhm.
the time and kind of sulking while still being an asshole. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, those two were good. I like that. Like just from when the short times they're on screen, you get a lot from them just from how they look and how they act, how they move around. It's very, very good.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to know what the fuck is up with them having powers. Like one of them like turns into the beast thing and like bites the bullet or something.
Yeah. I assume they must be like magic spirits of some kind, not actually
Something.
children.
Yeah, they're called outsiders, so they're clearly not meant to be in this place.
Hmm.
Right. Also, there is the Kodo on Kodo kiss.
Mm.
I forgot that happened. Is it gay? Is it self-cessed? Is it not?
Mm.
Who knows?
We'll find out.
That's
Yeah.
the most pressing question. Alright, yeah, I think I'm probably good on cool stuff I
Mhm.
noticed. There's so much stuff you can talk about this show going in depth, but it's all kind of inconsequential right now. It's kind of like
Yeah.
talking about the art design here, or how cool you thought this place was, like the council or wherever.
Hmm.
Actually, no, I did have a point about the council. They're going like, we said we wouldn't lie or whatever, we wouldn't keep secrets from each other, but you two just kept a secret from him, and then went
Yeah.
against his wishes. They're clearly like, both heaven and hell don't care. I feel like that's almost symbolic, like heaven and Buddhism not, or
Mm.
sorry, hell and Buddha not heaven, both kind of
Mm.
just don't give a shit about the human side.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like, it's kind of how it's shown here. It's like both of them are like pushing for, you know, what they want, and humanity's just like, no, what the fuck? Come on.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
Mm.
that's about it.
Yeah. It's a cool looking thing so far. I'm definitely excited to see more next week.
Yes. We'll be watching episode 1 next week.
Yeah.
Of, I guess 10. Plus 0, so it'll be 11 total. And number 6 is
Mhm.
also 11, so we'll probably have time for some movies and OVAs at the end. Probably like 2 each, because usually we have 13 episodes, so
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of stuff at the end. Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, number 6. This was interesting.
So this
I'm-
is
I'm-
like a prequel episode when they're kids?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems we're getting a time jump after this.
Yeah, the prologue. Kid fucks his life over.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, so I kind of rolled down and I saw who the main characters are. And it's like, we've heard this show is gay, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the girl also likes the guy. So clearly there's going to be a love triangle. And based off
Yeah.
my guess being right for Gunfred, I'm going to guess again. She's going to die.
Can see it. Yeah.
She's going to die for the gay.
Mm. But yeah, I liked this episode, how it was a whole lot of really well done world building and explaining like the just like talking about like why is this city called number 6 and what is it like and how it's like kind of a utopian thing, but maybe it's not such a utopia.
This reminded me so much of reading The Giver in like elementary school.
Oh yeah.
Kind of. Like,
Yeah. Totally. Now that you mention, like, I didn't never draw that connection in my mind because I try not to remember reading The Giver because I think it's garbage. But yeah, now that you mention it.
I actually like parts of The Giver itself,
Hmm.
because I thought, like, I think it has some interesting ideas.
Yeah,
It does
totally.
kind of suck though, especially anything
Yeah.
past the first book. Anything past the first book in that series.
God, I didn't know it was
Unnecessary.
a series. Oh
Yeah,
no.
I'm pretty sure it's like a whole bunch.
Oh no.
Or like 3.
You know, a bunch. Yeah, I actually didn't take many notes down for this episode number 6 though because I don't know, I was like kind of pretty enraptured by this. I was just very into it.
So,
But I did make note of one of the lines that Xian says. He says when after Nezumi shows up and he like is choking him against the wall, and Xian's just like, I have experience with these situations. It's like, what?
yeah.
Excuse me? He was referring to the wound and like stitching it up, but still.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, no, he's clearly a weird kid.
Yeah.
Boy, if this is a boys love series, it's off to the yaoi start I'd expect with the grabbing and threatening to kill and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ, that's exactly what
Yeah.
that's.
I don't know if I would call this boys love, from what I've heard about it, at least.
I've heard
I don't
it's
think it would.
kind of boys love-ish. It gets there. I don't know. This
I've
guy
heard
just
it,
gave
yeah.
up his whole future and stuff, and
Yeah.
his mother's probably because like their whole family's probably fucked, right?
Yeah. Probably.
Because they helped this boy. Like,
Hmm.
yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so The Giver, right? 1993. Book 2 came out in 2000 called Gathering Blue. Book 3 came out
Okay.
in 2004 called Messenger. That's around the time I read it in school. I just found out there was a book 4 that came out in 2012 called Sun. Oh,
Huh.
it's still going. There might be more.
God. Oh no.
Oh, they all follow
Ugh.
different people in it.
That makes sense. I remember thinking The Giver was a pretty final thing. Hearing there's a sequel was odd. So,
yeah.
Huh.
The second book follows someone who is orphaned and has a deformed leg in the society, which usually kills them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll usually just kill them or something. So, or it's like she's in a different village or something. I don't know. Then Messenger, 8 years after The Giver.
Yeah.
Characters from both books who appear set in the village, which is where the other one is. They're a message bearer to the forest.
Mhm.
Wait, is Messenger just the Forest by M. Night Shyamalan? It might be, actually. That literally might be.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Who knows? And then Sun is based on Claire, the mother of Gabriel, the baby seen in The Giver.
Hmm.
So it loops back around to The Giver. It's like, oh, there's so much of this.
Okay.
It just keeps going. Anyways, yeah, that's basically the number 6. Number 1 through 4 are the Giver series,
Oh
and then
no.
5 and 6 are like the unwritten spin-offs still there.
Oh no.
Yeah. Also,
Hope not.
apparently, there's a 2014 film for The Giver starring Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep. That's
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
that's a pretty
I think it's
wild
bad.
team up. Yeah, no, the Giver's not the best. There are better.
Yeah.
There are better. It played with some neat concepts, but not in the best way.
Hmm.
I mean, not in the best way. It's just like, I feel like that's a book that's better if you read it and come across it on your own than it is if you're forced to read it for school.
That's true of most books, though, I think.
Yeah, like Catcher in the Rye. Ugh, I hated it. I recently read French Exit, which is very similar. I'm like, oh, this is actually great.
Yeah. Hmm.
Every single book they want you to read in high school, I mean, they should still get you to read, but they should always play the movie adaptation as well, because that's the only way they're going to get kids to like it, because they get movie time.
In
Except-
school, whenever we watched movie adaptations, it was because the teacher was lazy and didn't want to teach.
Okay, that's fair
Because
too.
it was like valued in, yeah.
Do you know how lazy my teacher was? We read Catcher in the Rye, and they're like, okay, we were going to do a movie and compare it, but the movie sucks, so we're going to watch Igby Goes Down instead. It's similar. And we were like, okay. And Igby Goes Down was actually a pretty decent movie.
All right.
But yeah, that's...
So, yeah. I don't know. Guess it sounds like we might be about done for this week.
Yeah, it's like both of these were like really set up world building things. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about. Like, okay, this guy,
Yeah.
he calls himself Nezu, he's a rat, right? Like, he's like, oh no, I start out there, like, clearly he's like some test subject thing. We saw the marks on his back. He's gonna just be some like test subject super soldier, because they're like, oh, we're not allowed soldiers or war anymore, that's illegal, so we're gonna make like people to go do stuff secretly or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
My theory is more that because he had mentioned that like, oh, they're hunters and
Mm.
there are people who get hunted. I bet he was gonna be like
The most
shipped off. That had the mayor was gonna like hunt him for sport or
the
something.
most dangerous game style. It's the giver
Basically.
meets the most dangerous game. We've cracked the code. with something about bees, apparently. Every time I talk about this show, people are just like, bees! So there's going to be honey or bees or something, or Winnie the Pooh reference at some point.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. I have
I'm
no
excited.
idea.
All right. Well, we'll find out next week, maybe.
There's just so many bee memes for this show for some reason. There were when it was airing back in like 2011. God, I was gonna. I actually was thinking while watching. I'm like, damn, this is like peak 2000s animation. Like, this is the most 2000s animation style, but like pushed to its logical, like, extreme of like good animation. And to find out it's like, oh yeah, it came out 2011, like right after that. It's like, okay, no, that makes sense. This literally was the end of this animation style.
Yeah.
Because it does animate very, very well. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it does. It looks good.
We screamy boys now. We screamy 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
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 Also, apparently it's very faithful to original light novels. Slightly condensed, though. But they toned down the amount of violence. There's already been a decent amount of violence just for the start. But they're like, we're toning down the violence. And I think there's also an alternate ending, it says here. So,
interesting.
yes. I guess that helps it keep it worth it to read the light novels.
Yeah.
Maybe it, depending on light novel or anime, he ends up with the boy or the girl. Maybe. That's the best of both worlds there. That's how you want to do it, so people can pick. Right? Pick your ship. Except then you have Oremo that did it, and it's just like, no, never mind, this is god-awful.
Oh, no.
Have you heard about Oremo's endings?
No, I have not.
It's like the first one, they sort of confess their love or whatever. Then there's like another thing where he actually, the best friend instead, not his sister, thank God. And then like they go back to depending on stuff like the sister ending again, except they like start dating, and then they went even farther with another version or something, where they end up married, and it's just like every time they just went even harder on. It's like, no.
Oh no.
And this is why stuff like A Sister's All You Need exists, to make fun of it.
Oh boy. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us this week.
Yeah, we've gone into the incest talk. It's time to get out of here.
Yeah. Quickly before it gets any worse.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Damn you, Bang Dream fan artists.
So yeah, you can watch us live on twitch.tv/Sasam on Monday nights usually. Or you can catch our VODs on Shenanimegans.moe on our YouTube channel.
And I'll probably get them uploaded next weekend because this is my last week of Hell Week at work. Or Hell Month, so I'll hopefully be functioning again by the weekend. Oh shit, did I tell you about this weekend?
What was this weekend?
So I was gonna upload this stuff and do my regular like late night stream after Weiss card games. Some dude followed me for like 25 minutes from my bus.
Oh,
I had to like
I saw you tweeting
deke him out in a
yeah.
McDonald's, so that's why none of the episodes are uploaded.
Yeah, I'm glad you came out safe in that. That was
that
sounds
it
bad.
might have still been a coincidence, not sure, but it definitely
still.
didn't feel like one. I'm not taking that chance. And then I got home and like stress ate a bunch of McDonald's and other food and got really sick and watched a video that actually convinced me maybe pirating is okay after all.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Current view on pirating, if anyone cares. If you're protesting the monopoly and bullshit that is exclusives, go for it. But if you want a show to actually like sell well and to hopefully get more content like it, get legal sources for that show alone, even if it's just like a trial for like 2 days to binge it. That's the best way to do it. But if it's like, oh, I'm just gonna watch the new generic isekai, who the fuck cares? We're gonna continue watching everything legally for this show though, because we are making content off, and that would feel really fucking scummy otherwise. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'm now here going like piracy is okay.
Mm. So I did the Twitch, I did the YouTube,
Yeah.
the Discord, shenanimans.moe/discord to join our server and come hang out with us. Or you can follow us on Twitter at SasamBots, not that lastly.
Yeah. Sorry about cutting in there. I just realized it was the first
That's
episode
fine.
of the season and we hadn't had a rant yet, so we needed a rant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every season.
Mhm.
This season's topic, piracy.
Oh no.
Is it morally okay?
Who could say?
Dependable. Choose for yourself. Listen to both sides. Make an informed decision. Fuck
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yes. Yes.
see, because Netflix doesn't even let you buy the shows on Blu-ray, so you don't even have that alternative.
Yeah.
They have made their exclusives so exclusive. They haven't just like exclusivized streaming sites. They've exclusivized Medium, which is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. There was I saw Castlevania got a Blu-ray release.
Yeah,
The
their
Netflix
original
Castlevania, and
stuff.
that's it. That's the only
Voltron
thing
got
I've seen of
Blu-rays.
theirs. Weird.
Yeah, they'll do Blu-rays of the original, so they'll probably be She-Ra, but they won't for anime, which is just scummy as shit. Like,
Yeah.
I want to buy Kakegurui Blu-rays. I want to buy like fucking Gun Gale Blu-rays. Can't. Kill la Kill. I mean, those do exist through Aniplex, but those are like hundreds of dollars, and I think they're out of print and only DVDs. And I don't make them anymore. Some fucking bullshit garbage like that.
Yeah.
Lance and Mask, good luck. No, that's completely irrelevant. That's Pony Canyon. The Pony Canyon website doesn't even exist anymore. They kept saying coming soon. It said coming soon for 2 years straight, and they just never updated it.
Nice.
It was so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's gonna do it for this week for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Feel free to pirate us.